Hi there, this is Counselor Callistus Jean-Louis, welcoming you to this little discourse. The discourse on empowerment. I want to inform you that whatever your circumstances are, you can master it. There is nothing that you will put your mind towards as long as you believe, as long as you are consistent, as long as you are willing to create opportunities, there is nothing, again I'm saying, that you will put your mind towards to achieve that you will not be able to do it. Scripture has said, I can do all things through the strength of Christ. Scripture also says, again, when they were building the Tower of Babel, when God heard of what was happening, it says that God came down to see for himself, because God was hearing of advanced technology taking place there. And God said, whatever mankind put his or her mind to do, they will accomplish it. Now, I am telling you this because all of us, during some point in time of our lives, we are going to experience some sort of crisis. And as long as you have a positive mindset, as long as you have a positive attitude, because Scripture also said that it does not matter what you are going through, what your obstacle is. He said you need to talk to that mountain. You need to talk to that challenge. You need to talk. The talk begins in your mind. In psychology, we call it self-talk. What you say to yourself is important. And what you project out there through your thoughts and through your communication, verbal action, physical action, as long as you have that attitude, it will be done. It has already been done in the spiritual realm, and all we have to do is to be patient for it to manifest itself in the physical realm, because it is done as long as you believe. How does that apply to the diabetes? Because remember I said to you, I was in denial despite of all the evidence that was before me. I was in denial. And because I was in denial, the steps that I had to take to correct what was happening to my body, to correct what was happening to my pancreas, the denial made me a slave. The denial made me a subject to the diabetes. So I was under the will, control, and mastery of diabetes. And it had to take a change of mind so that it will have a rippling effect on my attitude, on my response. And scripture says, my people die because of lack of knowledge. So I decided that if I have to master diabetes, the first approach is to understand what diabetes is all about. So there came knowledge. Knowledge is power. With knowledge, you can strategically act and respond to any crisis. The crisis will no longer be a mountain. It is only a mountain when you do not understand it, the dynamics. You become lost. You become powerless because you do not know how to intervene. You do not know how to turn your circumstances around. And with knowledge, what happens is your eyes, the eyes of your mind, that part of you that connects you to the spiritual realm, that part of you that connects you to God, you begin to get enlightened. You begin to understand what is happening to you and what does it take to change your circumstance around. So, first of all, my sister-in-law, Magdalena Jolouis, she was, and I must tell you, this is a wonderful, I don't even know whether I should call her sister-in-law. It is better phrased as my big sister. She is a nurse. She is certified in intervention with people who has or has been diagnosed with diabetes. And she is trained to use natural substances. And I can tell you, she has now graduated with her PhD in diabetes intervention in the natural form. And she called me because she was concerned, because she heard that I ended up at the hospital. My pressure was in the skies. And she began to explain to me what really is happening, because one of the things in my test, it showed you that my LDL level, and that is the fat level that creates problems for you. It was slightly high. And what fat does, fat blocks, or it prevents those LDLs. It prevents your body. It prevents the cells from absorbing the insulin. So even if my body is producing the insulin, because I have a slightly elevated amount of LDL fat in my bloodstream, it now is creating the insulin sensitivity. Because it blocks the cells, the muscle cells, from absorbing the insulin. As a result of that, what you will find is that the glucose level in my bloodstream will continue to be elevated, because the body, the mind is sending information to the cells or to my pancreas to produce more insulin so that the muscles can absorb the glucose. So the pancreas is following the instruction of the mind to produce more glucose. And how it does that is through your liver. The liver stores fat as glycogen. It stores it. And the whole purpose of that is when you need more energy, because the more insulin is, the more glycogen the body will release and break down so that it could turn to glucose. Because, as I said, here's the connection. More insulin, more glucose. More insulin, more glucose. Because the body is producing the insulin, as I said, so that it can help, it can connect with the receptors of the glucose so it can be absorbed into the bloodstream. But the LDL fats that is in my body is blocking that. It's preventing the absorption of the glucose and the insulin. So as a result of that, what you find is that my blood glucose and insulin level would be high. So I had to now change what I was doing. And my sister-in-law, as a certified practitioner in diabetes intervention and treatment, gave me a number of natural products to use. And after I use the natural products, I will gradually move off the prescribed medication metformin, which the doctors gave me, and rely strictly on the natural medication. Now, this is part 2. Part 3 now, I will actually bring you all the medication that was the natural supplement that were prescribed to me by my sister-in-law. And I can tell you, they are working. So I will break it down for you in my next video. But what I want you to do is to click on like, click and subscribe, and share this video with someone. Because this other video, I try to break down the theory to help you to understand what is happening in your body that is creating the diabetes. The next program that I will do, I will share with you the various natural supplements that I can guarantee you, if you do it as prescribed, will work. However, before you ever think of taking the natural supplements, I would advise you to speak to your medical or your health practitioner so they could guide you in how to go about doing it. What I'm giving you is just my experience. But I want you to make sure that whatever information that is given to you, that you have contact with your medical practitioner so they could guide you on the process. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. But don't forget to share this video with someone. Don't forget to click on the like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.